Yo, what's up, guys? It's Friday, August 23rd, around noon here at work. Anyway, I made a video, was it Wednesday? And I forgot to upload it. So, anyway, I want to give you guys an update on what I've been seeing. Want to bring up, I've been talking to you guys about Fibonacci levels and patterns and, trend lines and all that shit. We're right here today. This is on the SPY. Want to kind of show you what we've been seeing here and relate it to what's already happened. So let me go back to October when the little mini crash happened. Beginning of October, we went down for a month, right? End of October, we bottomed out right here for a bit. So I was telling you guys about, whether you're going down or going up. If you make a move, a full move, an ABCD move, which it did right here, the bounce, a bounce back up to the 38.2% level of the move, that's considered a weak bounce, and chances are it's just like a dead cat bounce. It's going to rush back down and break the D point and kind of go back or go lower even further. A normal bounce can go up to 50% and still roll over. A 61.8% bounce of the total move, that's your line in the sand as far as if it's just a bounce or if it can go back up to where it came from where the breakdown or breakup started. So as you can see, we completed an ABCD structure, popped up, and we went to the 61.8 level in November. Couldn't pass it. Went back down, did another ABCD structure, bounced back up with an ABCD, and couldn't even surpass even this level, but back up to the 61.8. And that was your trigger to kind of, go short if you were to want to do so. So came back down, eventually bounced one more time, couldn't even get past the 38.2, and just went balls deep, right? When you just broke down. We finally bottomed around Christmas, right? And then we came back up. Then we had another little correction here back in, was that May? Did an ABCD structure, structure, and then it bounced again. This is where we're at right here. And I want to relate what happened back here to what's happening right now. And again, I made a video, was it Wednesday, I think, and I wish I would have published it because it turns out that it's actually happening. So anyway, July 26th, we started to come down. July 29th, came down on a shit ton of volume, right? August 5th, we bounced. And then we bounced again. We came back up a little bit, and then we bounced again. So this was considered the full move, right? Well, the bounce came back up to 61.8. Tried once, tried twice. And this past week, we've been trying to get above it, right? And again, this is your line in the sand to whether it's going to go back down or go up. Well, it can't. It couldn't seem to get over this yesterday. Today, we're having a pretty big sell-off on a lot of volume. So in a kind of like a total sense, what you're seeing is that it's pressing downward with a lot of volume, and it's bouncing up with less volume. This was a big down day, bouncing on lighter volume. And these 3 days, 4 days were just anemic volume. There's nothing there. And today, it's a big volume again, right? It's only 11:30. Have another hour of trading, and we have 82 million shares going down so far. This day was kind of like the big day. This was 178 million. So the lightest trading days of the week are Fridays, right? And this is still big volume. So again, we're pressing into these lows again, coming into next week. And chances are, I think Trump just sent out a dumb tweet, and then Powell spoke about an hour ago. So I'm not sure what was said or what was tweeted, but obviously it was bad. So it looks like we're gonna test these lows, and you can tell, like, this looks like a mini one of these. So if we don't hold this, I think we're gonna do an A, B, C, D structure, and the move, the planned move looks like it's gonna test these lows at 273. So again, this is just the entire market. It's the same with the Qs. This is your, Apples, Googles, Amazons, all that stuff. Same exact, pattern. This looks a lot like what was happening here, and it eventually broke down. So we'll see where it goes. Now for some stocks. Let's go to Tesla. This is again pressing lows. If it doesn't hold this right here, which is right now, it's bouncing up a little bit. But if it doesn't hold these, which it looks like it's not, it came down on a lot of volume these 2 days. 1, 2, these are big volume bars. It looks like it's going to come down to the 200 level to fill this gap right there. And if it doesn't hold 200s, it's going to test these lows, which I really don't mind. I stopped adding to my Tesla shares for right now because I think it's going to come down in here. But I'm keeping my shares. And eventually, if it doesn't hold 177s, it has a chance to go back to 140s. The gigafactory in China is up, so Tesla's basically waiting on hard numbers. All this whole move, this has been just, press, bad press, lying press. Trying to take down this stock because all the oil companies and gas companies and whatever, they're paying a lot of people to spread like false news about Tesla, because the sooner Tesla wins, the sooner they run out of, free money. So it's basically one big game. So I think Tesla's going to be, a huge stock in the future, especially once Shanghai opens, and I think they're just about finished building that plant. So this ER might be the one that turns it around, or it might be the ER in January somewhere. So this is basically proof by data. There's no more rumors anymore. This is all about what Elon Musk can actually prove for his ERs. So what I'm seeing is that we'll probably float down here until October. The ER is going to be October 25th. So I'm going to hold my shares. I went short this week, and I made a little bit of money with put options. I just sold. So, and again, I might jump back in if it breaks this level, which it looks like it probably will. So I'll probably wait till next week. But again, I think it's going to go to 200s and then possibly play around with 170s. But the volume's not too high, so I don't see like it jumping down all the way down here. But again, I'm going to play the up and the downside. But again, whether you get in at 250 or at 150, does it really matter if it's going to go to 500, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000? No, doesn't really matter. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Boeing looks like it's finally breaking out of its one of these. I think Steve's in this right now. Again, this is huge volume. I think Boeing's back. And like I was telling you guys about the Fibonacci, I was suspect these past few days because it was getting up right here. But again, once it passes 61.8 on a bounce, that erases the downward move. So it was up huge today, and then Trump tweeted something. I'll show you on the 1 hour. And it was up like, I think yesterday it was up 15 bucks. This morning it was up 8 or 9 bucks. And then Trump tweeted something, and then it went back down. So I'm looking at this as a time to kind of get in. Basically because the volume going up is huge. It surpasses any of these. It came down on a lot of volume out here, but this is just people jumping back in, right? This is big money. This isn't me and you money. This is institutional funds, money managers, fund managers, all that stuff jumping back in. I'm not sure if there's any news out, but I mean, new just based on volume, that tells you what's happening. So, what else? Oh, and in relation to BA, want to show you guys, if you guys are into something long term with a good dividend, Raytheon, pretty good dividend. The pattern I'm seeing here, this is looking really good actually. Okay, this is Raytheon right now. We're at 182. This looks exactly like Amazon did right here. Let me push this forward. So look at this. This is Amazon back in March, and look what it did. It jumped up, and then this happened, but I think this is going to happen to Raytheon. It's just coiling up right here. Volume's good. Your next ER is October. We're having a down day today because the whole market's shitty, but I think this is just one big coiling about to go north. So if you have room in your IRA or whatever, and you want to take advantage of a good dividend on a 190 stock and it gives you $1, I'd pile in here. Once it crosses this area, which is about 190s, I think it's going to do an A, B, C, D structure. So if you think that this is the A, this was at let's say 145 to 188, let's just say that's a $40 move. I'm expecting a $40 move from here up, so this is 170. So expect 210, which is right, actually it's right here. So I'm going to expect in the future, near future, a move up here. So you have 188 to 210 over the next, whatever, few weeks or so. I'm thinking prior to this ER coming up in 2 months. So I'm going to be looking probably next week to jump in this. I think it's going to do a big sort of U thing and go up and end up somewhere right here. So you have about 20-25 bucks of gain right here. So what else? My Elf and Eli's, what are they doing today during this market sell-off? Eli was looking good until Trump tweeted something. I was in here yesterday and I sold. Thankfully I sold because I knew that Powell was speaking today at Jackson Hole or whatever, and I wasn't too sure what was going to happen, but it's selling off pretty good today. So if it doesn't hold this level right here, which is 1679, which it's going to challenge today, I mean, this should be fine. Eventually, it's just really bad news. Today, it's down 6% on pretty good volume on about 1 million shares. But again, it came up on a lot of shares. So this might be an opportunity. I don't think Callaway is going anywhere. So this is just going down with the entire market. I think we're fine eventually. And I'll probably jump back in. I'll be looking to jump back in over the next week or two. Elf is still doing fine, taking a tiny break. I'm still in this with November calls, November $15 calls. So I have like 7 calls. They're like $4 each. So I might be taking the hit today, but this is it's coming down on low volume. I'm all over this. So if I were you guys, I'm looking for a move up to 23 soon. So your silver and gold, because the market's kind of going down and Trump's seems like he's kind of insane. Everybody's jumping into gold and silver. So that silver I got in yesterday. The GLD is gold, and that's going up today too. So when bonds are up, because the stock market's kind of iffy, the bonds are going up today too. That's when everybody jumps into gold and bonds and silver. So What else is looking good? Yeah, this guy. Kind of pounding the table on this guy. This is part of your wind and solar stocks, which I'll show you guys in a second. But this is I don't know, they do some sort of solar. This chart looks really good. ABCD, I'm gonna go with it with that idea. $4 to $7.50. That's $3.50 gain, right? It's taking a break right now. So let's say this is the C. Let's just say the C is at $6. So which is coming in as great volume. We're down on lower volume. A, B, C, D. I think this is going to go to 950 once this breaks out. The volume's there. We just had an ER, great ER. No one expected. They expected 0. Came out at 15 cents. You know, kind of pounding the table on this one as I was with Eli, or I'm sorry, Alpha a while ago. There's no dividend, but the stock's only $6. So I'm gonna jump in this probably next week. What else? I know you guys don't trade every day, so I wanted to show you guys my new energy stocks. I think I talked about this last time. All these stocks, these are all wind and solar, right? And tags a part of it, or tax a part of it. No one really talks about this because, you know, it's wind and solar, it's boring. But look, since November 16, it's basically doubled, right? This is NE. It's called Nextera. BEP is Brookfield. This is it's selling off today a little bit, but again, the whole market is. I think this is a great stock. The dividend is really good. It's not showing right now, but it's like 50 cents a share out of a $36 stock, so it's great. BAM is the holding company for Brookfield, I think. They have a dividend, but it's a $50 stock, and the dividend's only 16 cents. So instead of BAM, I would buy BEP. And again, wind and solar, everything's going towards this. Tesla's part of this, but they're down today. But there's TERP, you know, Brookfield looking at buying TERP, so that's why they're up. They've been going up. I'm actually in a bunch of calls with that. There's TAC. EVA has the same sort of look. You know, it's down today on 0 volume basically, but this has a good dividend. 66 cents on a $30 stock. You know, I think it's going to be 33 real soon. It's going to break up just based on whoever bought in. Some big fund bought in. So, you know, and this is all funds buying in. And at some point when it breaks the all-time highs, which is right here, which is $33, I think we're just going to go up. Peggy's the same way. They're getting offers here and there from big fund companies, and that's showing right there. I think they got an offer on August 13th. And, you know, I think this is a great stock. It's about to bust these highs, which is actually, it was higher. All-time highs are $34. We're at 25. I think we're just going to go on up. So again, you guys have room in your IRA accounts, whatever. These are all wind and solar stocks that, you know, I think these are the future. So also wanted to show you guys your M1 Finance account. I don't know if you guys have signed up yet or not, but this is free. This is something where you can do your IRAs in or whatever. I have like 4 or 5 different accounts within my big account, and I basically just, you know, $100 every week here, $50 there, whatever. And again, I have like I got 5 accounts. This is the account that I put in 150, and again, I put in 150 a week. And this is a lot of it. Mostly is going to be those, you know, those 5-6 companies that I was talking to you about. But again, I just put money in here. These are actually, these 2 stocks are part of this stock, but they're getting a lot of buyout news. So I just, you know, put some extra money in there. This is just a stock I heard about. It's like a, you know, $5 stock. I'm hearing possible buyout, and so is this. So if you guys are interested in joining this, it's free. If I send you my link, we both get like a few bucks, like 10, 20 bucks, something like that. But again, for you guys who don't have time to, buy and sell stocks every day, this is just a free automated service that links to your bank account, and you're basically turning yourself into your own hedge fund, right? So instead of going out and paying some service to manage your money, you just create your own pies. You basically do it like this. You just, like I have a bunch of pies that I just made of all banks. These are all the dividend stocks for this year that hold the highest yield. So if I was to choose to, put my money in, 10 stocks that aren't volatile, but they pay out, a lot of money per quarter. So Philip Morris, pays 5%, and they're like a $190 stock. But if you were to be really careful and you just want to be conservative and put a bunch of money in something like this, your yields are at least like 5%, 6%, whatever. But again, you can just create your own pies. So if I was wanting to create my own pie, I would just come in here, and if I wanted to do a pie with, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, there's a Berkshire. This is like a $180,000 stock. But like you can literally create your own pie. And which is, I just did it right now. Let me see. So as you can see, I just made my own pie, 20%. You can adjust percentages. You can go down, up, whatever. And then you would just save it. And you would connect your bank account, and then it would automatically put in, whether it's $100 a week, you would, it would just go in. So you just, your bank's right here. You just shuffle money in, and then every week or every month, Anyway, if you guys want to have any questions or whatever, let me know, man. Peace.